Hey guys, how are you? Hey guys. Hey guys. No.
Diamonds on me dancing. Diamonds on me dancing. Diamonds on me dancing. Diamonds on me dancing.
Hey guys, welcome back. As you can see from the title, we're talking about the corporate world. Now, I'm sure you're gonna be wondering, why is Neesha Patrice talking about the corporate industry? Does she even have any idea about it? Yes, I actually do. So I'll tell you why. Instead of going to school full time, I actually went to school full time and worked full time. So I started off with remedial jobs here and there, but then eventually I got to the point where I started my corporate career. And it's been a journey. It's been difficult. To go to school full time and work full time is difficult. And I wasn't even working like a Burger King or anything like that. I was working a full-time corporate job. So it was definitely trying, but I wanted to share my experience with you and share anything that I could, help you through your journey. So a lot of 20-something-year-olds don't actually start the corporate industry until like late 20s, 26, 27, 28, going into their 30s. I was fortunate enough to start early. I actually started when I was 21, 22.
Damn!
I have a lot of knowledge that I could partake to you, so I figured, why not do a video on something that is kind of rarely talked about, but hey, I might help somebody out there somewhere. First and foremost, I want to pat myself on the back because I didn't stop. I grind. I came to this country and I grind my ass off until I was able to graduate with my bachelor's degree in 3 years and 2 months. So no summer vacations, no long winter vacations. I went straight through, and there's times when I gave up or I put off like a month or so, but I never stopped. Although there's so many times that I wanted to stop and I wanted to just say, look, bump it. I'm just not gonna graduate. I'm just gonna find something else to do. I'm already in the corporate industry, so why do I need to even complete this? Like, this is stressful for no reason. But I found every single time I thought negative like that, I found a way to say no. I started something, I'm going to finish it. So anybody out there who is in the process of going through college and they want to give up, don't give up. You can definitely, if I did it, you can definitely do it. And I was able to even have somewhat of a social life back then. Even if you don't believe me, I really did have somewhat of a social life. I was always going out here and there, me and my girls, so it's doable. Everything is doable. And just divvy up your time and you can definitely make it happen. So I'm gonna just pat myself on the back real quick and be like, yes mate, right? But working in the corporate world, it's definitely different. There's a lot of rules, unspoken rules that you'll eventually learn or acquire, and it's going to shape you into a different person. And one of the very first things that I had to learn the hard way was that I'm coming from a culture. So I'm Jamaican, we all know this, but I'm coming from a culture in which we come off a vibe. We definitely work off of a vibe. If we don't like you, all right, keep it moving. But we are not I'll speak for myself because I do know some two-faced Jamaicans out there.
Me see I hear the dirty girl Stacey, you see? Hello? Oh, Stacey, want to go on, my friend?
But so it's me personally, I go off of a vibe. If I'm feeling your vibe, and if we click and we mesh, great. That is beautiful. But if we don't, then I don't want any part to do with you, because I can already tell the type of energy, the type of person that you are or are capable of being. So with that, I don't really talk to people that I don't vibe with. But I had to learn that you are going to still work with this person. It's not a social life where you don't like someone and you stay away from them, or you leave that party and you never see them again. No, this is different. This is someone that you have to work with, and this is someone that you have to think about this. This is someone that in 5 to 10 years might be the deciding factor whether you get that promotion or you get that next job. They could be the vice president of whatever, and it's up to them making that decision. So if you burn your bridges so severely now, you could be burning your bridges a few years down the line. So you always have to think long term. You can't just think short term. So I had to learn that. I had to figure out all of that. And it was very hard for me to do that because I felt as if I was being two-faced, and I don't want to be two-faced. And I had to figure out how I can incorporate this corporate lifestyle but yet still be myself, because it's more important to be yourself. But if you can incorporate something as well as being yourself, then you just won twice, So that's what I was trying to do, and that's what I had to do for the longest time. And I figured it out. So what I did was try to find bridge the gap, you could say, bridge the gap between me and this person or me and that person. How I did that and how I decided to bridge the gap was just having respect for that person, just being respectful, doing the usual good morning, good afternoon, and finding maybe one or two things that we might possibly have in common, talk about those things in passing, but that was it. So then it actually changed my whole perception on how I was raised and how I grew up. It's not about, it's great to mesh with people and it's great to vibe with people, but if you can look past that, because a vibe might not necessarily be true to who that person is, or so if you look past that vibe and try to find a common ground, try to understand them and not just write them off, then you can definitely make it work. And that's what I had to learn the hard way. I had one of my mentors sit me down and said, look, Neesha, you cannot be that way. I know that we're from Jamaica, and we tend to be like this, but in this industry you can't. So I had to learn, and fortunately I had people in my corner rooting me on and giving me advice and trying to show me the right way when it comes to being in a corporate situation.